Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the series of Cloudformation. So in this series, we are going to focus on the core concept of Cloudformation. As a part of the core concept, we are going to launch all the core services like VPC, Internet Gateway, public subnet, private subnet, all those kinds of resources which are being used in your day-to-day life in your role of infrastructure as a code developer. So let's go ahead and see by doing it. So let me go jump directly to our CloudFormation console. So okay, so guys, this is Visual Studio Code, and if you can see in my last video, I have mentioned that we have to install this extension while we are going to do the hands-on for this specific CloudFormation series. So I'm sure that you might have installed this extension. If not, I will just post the link to my previous video where I have shown you how you can install this extension on VS Code. So now let's go ahead and launch a VPC. So as a part of this video, we are going to launch a VPC. So let's jump to the Visual Studio Code and create a file. So guys, our code would be in YAML, not in JSON. So just make sure that entire series is going to be in YAML. So let me just write VPC YAML. Okay. So as a part of this code, I'll just press start. It will give me the skeleton where we will start using our values. So guys, I will just remove this meta parameters. Okay. Also the description we will write create custom VPC with custom CIDR block and enable DNS hostname and DNS support. So guys, over here I have mentioned the description. Always when you're writing any YAML code for your infrastructure, make sure the description is in such a format that once you open the template, you should know that what exactly this template is going to perform and what all resources it is covering. Descriptions are also part of the resources, but as a generic template work, you always have to mention what we are going to perform as a part of this template. So in resources over here, I will look for VPC. Okay. Okay. So see. So guys, as you can see over here, I just typed VPC and you can see it gave me the block for VPC. Now, as it gave me the block for VPC, I will just copy this and let's jump to our console over here on Google and search for this resource. Why we are searching for this resource, I will show you. So guys, this is the AWS documentation where it will show you that what specific functionality this resource is going to perform. So if you see, specifies a VPC with specified IPv4 CIDR block. The smallest one is you can create is with /28 mask net mask, and the largest one is 16/16. So guys, when you go in properties, you have to make sure that first you check which are the required properties that needs to be filled as a part of this resource. So over here, if I just search for required colon, yes. So guys, as you can see, CIDR block is compulsory. So you have to make sure that whenever you are using this resource, CIDR block should be mentioned in properties. So over here we have our CIDR block. So what we are going to specify our CIDR block is 10 dot 0.0.0/24. Now, what is enable DNS support that we are using? So if you see enable DNS support, it indicates whether DNS resolution is supported for the VPC. If enable, the queries from Amazon provided DNS server IP address or the reserved IP address at the base can be succeeded. If disabled, then the DNS service in the VPC that resolves the public DNS to the IP address is not enabled. So guys, usually when we use this resource, we enable the DNS support. Along with the DNS support, we also make sure to enable the DNS hostname so that the hostname can be provided to your specific VPC once it is created. So see, it says that indicates whether the instance launched in the VPC gets the DNS hostname. So if you see, whenever instances is going to get launched within this custom VPC that we are going to get created, so it is going to provide a DNS hostname. So what I will do, I will also add this property as part of our code colon, and let's keep it as true. Now, it is always a best practice, guys, to mention a key value pair within your code for your resources. It helps you in various ways. Going forward, it may help you that you can run your Python Boto3 codes based on the tags. You can do many automations. You can run cost analysis. There are many more things associated with tags. So as a part of this program, we have to make sure that we follow the best practices. And as a part of best practice, we will make sure that for each and every resource, we are going to specify the tags, as well as for every resource that we are going to create, we are also going to create the outputs for the same. So over here, I will give the key name as name and value as custom VPC. Now let's go to the output, and in the output, I will just use output and the resource name colon. So over here, I will just mention the description. So a reference to the created VPC. And over here, I will give the value which is going to be part of output. So the value would be over here, guys. I am going to use an intrinsic function. So now I will show you what is this exclamation reference that I am referring to custom VPC. Sorry, it is going to be custom VPC. So what this output is going to do is, once this resource is created successfully, in the output section, it will give us the VPC ID. Okay. So now our code is ready. So what we are going to do is, so in this tutorial, instead of going and running our templates directly from the CloudFormation console, we are going to run it via AWS CLI. Why we are going to use AWS CLI? Because usually when you work as an infrastructure, as a code developer in your companies, the only preferred method that you are requested to work with is AWS CLI. So you should be well acquainted with the AWS CLI commands that you can use to go ahead and launch the resources. So now I will just save this file. After saving this file, I will just go to the folder where I have created this. So if you can see over here, I will just I will run my git bash. So guys, as you can see, the git bash is open now. So what we're going to do is, we are first going to search for the validate template command, which will be the part which we will use to validate our template whether our code is correct or not. So I will just write AWS CLI validate template. So this is the command that we're going to refer. So if you can see, I'll just copy this command and I will paste it over here. Okay, and I will just replace the name of my file to vpc.yaml. Okay, and I will run this. Null values are not allowed in the template. So let's see what's the issue. So guys, as you can see, we are facing this error, which is an error occurred when calling the validate template operation. I have purposely created this error for you to help you understand that how important the indentation is in case of uh, the YAML templates that we are writing. So YAML template is very specific to the indentation. So right now the error that we are getting is because of the indentation, and I will show you how you can solve it. So the problem over here is, if you see, so suppose for example, if I go down, okay, and under resources, if I show you, see right now when I wrote VPC, it is giving me options, correct? So instead of using it directly under this, I have to make sure that I have given double space or one single tab. So once I give the single tab, then I use VPC and select it. Just give me a, so maybe the resource is created, that is the reason it is showing it. So instead of this, I will create another resource, which is EIP VPC. Okay, so now you can see I have given a tab over here, automatically it took the indentation. Okay, and now it is in proper indentation. So over here the above issue is the indentation. Over here I have not given the proper indentation. So what I will do, let's do one thing. I will just copy this and I will just press space twice. Okay, now I will do the same over here and I will do space twice. Now you might be wondering that how it is working. So for this also you have to make sure that you download one extension, which is its name is indent one space. So download this extension, it will help you definitely when you're writing a YAML template. So whenever you miss some indentation, you can use it. Okay, so I will just go back to my file over here, and after making the changes over here, I will just save the file. Just make sure you save the file. See, for example, suppose if your file is not saved, it will show you dot over here. Okay, so once your file is saved, now I'm saving it, see the dot is gone. So just make sure that you have saved the file before you run the command once again. So now let's see if we were able to successfully solve this error. So guys, as you can see now, it is giving me the output. That means our template is working fine and we can go ahead and run the template now. So for running the template, what I will do, so I will just maximize it so you can see properly. So see, it gave us the output. And before that, when we were using the wrong indentation, it gave us an error occurred when calling the validate template operation. Okay, so I will just go back and minimize it. Now let's go back to our console. Okay, so over here I will just search for I will search for create stack command, the ALI command, CLI command that we are going to use. Create stack AWS CLI. So over here I will just go down and I'll just copy. Okay, so over here I will just do one thing. I will just copy this till file. I will go back over here, paste it. Our file name is vpc.yaml, and I will give the stack name as only VPC. Okay. So what command we have used? AWS CloudFormation create stack, and then we have mentioned the stack name over here. And as a part of template body we have provided the file path of the file which we have created. That is the template, VPC YAML template. So now before running this code, let me just go ahead and log in to my AWS account. So guys, I have logged in into my account successfully. So now once I logged in into my account, I will just go in CloudFormation. So in CloudFormation, if you see right now, I don't have any stack, okay, or stack information. So why I'm showing you, because when we are going to run our code from the CLI, so we can monitor over here that our code is running, or by any chance if it is giving any error, it will show it over here. Okay, so I will just go to my CLI. So over here I will just go ahead and run our command to launch the VPC. So guys, as you can see, the command ran successfully, and over here I can see the stack ID. So this is my stack ID that has been created. Okay, so if I refresh this page over here, so it is showing my stack ID. Now the creation is in progress. So if I click over here, I can see the events which has been taking place over here, based on which I can understand what exactly is going on as a part of this CloudFormation creation. So now it has changed to create complete. So these events that you can see over here, the same events you can also see on your CLI console also. Let's explore how we can do it. So for that, we will have to search for command where we can see our events. So I will go over here, AWS CLI check events. Describe events. So guys, if I go over here, so this is the command that I'm going to use over here. So the command is AWS describe events hyphen stack hyphen name, and we are going to write our name of the stack name that we have created. It will show you the stack events over here. So if you see, these are the same events which are which we can see over here in the console. Okay, so guys, why I'm showing you over here is because trust me, when you're working in an organization, you don't have the option to go and check what you have launched from the console itself. You have many of the time you have to work from the CLI. So this course is basically focused from the infrastructure as a core developer point of view. So as you can see the events also over here. The same way you can describe the stack also, that I will show you. So over here we just described the events. I can also describe the stack over here. Sorry, it is stacks. I just miss this over here. So this describes the stack. This is giving you the stack ID and the name of the stack, the description of the template, entire template, its creation time, rollback configuration. So when you click on describe stack, it gives you the output where you can see what exactly is the basic information of that specific template. So see, if you see over here the output key, So this is the VPC which has been created, and you can see that VPC in the output. Now I will just take you to the console over here. If I click over here in outputs, you can see the VPC ID over here. Now, as you can see the VPC ID over here, if I take you back to the code where we left, so I didn't made you understand what exactly is reference. So let's go back to our console over here, AWS Cloud Formation reference. So guys, see, as I said, a reference is an intrinsic function. What this function does is, so this, when you specify a parameter's logical name, it returns the value of the parameter, or when you specify the resource logical name, it returns the value of the resource. So over here in our code, this is our resource. Once the resource was created, we use reference. What this reference does is, this reference went to this over here under resources, and based on the resource name, it brought back the VPC ID to us. So that's it. So guys, in this tutorial, what we have covered how we can create a VPC. Once we create VPC, we are enabling the DNS support and DNS hostname, and based on that, we have also used the outputs where we can see which resource we have created and what is the VPC ID of that specific resource. So thank you for joining the session, guys. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.